if the Americans traveled back in time? I'm curious to see what the Americans would do against their World War II historical friends and enemies. In this battle of David versus Goliath, we have the Americans and the Polish. They're fighting to the death. The Polish are going to get everything they got. I provided them with an air force of P-7s. The Polish have light tanks, artillery, and a lot of defensive positions. The Americans have their esteemed Pegasus buildings. We're going to see what happens in this one. Let's jump right into it. So we got F-16s going to the sky, getting hit by Polish fighters. One of the F-16s escaped. We got more F-16s going out. Rockets are firing on the Pegasus buildings. These F-16s, man. Woo! They're fighting. Oh, we got Polish fighters going after X-16s in the sky. The air battle is the most important one. Whoever wins this could dominate the air for the rest of the battle. Poles still got a lot of fighters flying around. They're taking out these F-16s. Have you ever expected Polish fighters to be wiping the floor with these F-16s? There's still a massive fight in the sky, but the ground battle has begun. The M1 Abrams and the Lags have arrived. They're fighting over this hill right here. We have Polish tanks advancing with the M1 Abrams. Woo! We're seeing the power that the Poles have up their sleeves here. The air battle's still going strong. The Poles are holding their ground. The Poles did a massive mistake here. They ran a bunch of lights in one area, while the Americans were just sitting on the sidelines with reinforcements. The Poles still have their massive defensive line, however. Oh my goodness, is this beautiful. Look at this. It's like a butterfly. This is, oh my goodness. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is a Polish flying formation going after the F-16. The F-16s are being wiped out. This is amazing. Oh no. I think the Poles, one of their fighters just got shot, so it blew up the rest of their fighters. But ladies and gentlemen, that was beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh man. So I don't know. I don't think the Poles got a lot up their sleeves now. They have a few more remaining machine gun bunkers and such, but it's only a matter of time until the Americans arrive. We have Polish planes, finally, these heroic Air Force men running out of fuel and making a landing. This little AA cannon right here can put up another fight against these F-16s going in the sky, but not for long. M1 Abrams are arriving and wiping out the remainder of these units. I think there's some men in the town here. They're scouting, looking around for Polish men. I think the Polish fighter survivors are over here. There's a few left. That was one of the fighter pilots that got crashed out here. The Americans have this one in the bag, but we gotta respect the Poles for lasting that long. The USA has pulled out a victory. I want to do one more scenario with this, because I find this absolutely hilarious to watch the modern Americans travel back in time to World War II powers. We got even more American Pegasus buildings, and we got a mighty German army. The Germans have bought their greatest weapons, the Wunderwaffe. Immediately you got German planes flying all over the place. F-16s are going out. Oh, the German jets, though. I think the German jets are just a little bit quicker than F-16s. There's jets fighting, there's anti-air fighting, there's all sorts of stuff fighting. The Americans are producing a lot of tank forces to charge against the Germans. Here's the first tank battle so far. M1 Abrams are taking them out. Having some serious problems taking out some of these medium tanks, but they're able to do it. It's like watching a synchronized swimmings. There's just German planes flying after American F-16s everywhere. And if they're not being hit by the German jet fighters, they're being hit by these massive AA guns and these rattle tanks. I mean, just look at the rattles. They're not holding anything back. As a matter of fact, the rattles are starting to move their advance up. The E-100s are now moving. The Germans actually have the Americans on the back foot. Problem is, the longer the Germans fight, the more their fighters will run out of ammo and fuel. And they'll lose the air war. Right now, the only hope for the Germans is holding that air war so their tanks can continue to advance. Even time-traveled units from the future will be able to save these Americans if they can't stop the rattle. Oh my goodness, the entire right side of the American base has been completely annihilated. The only survivors are over here, and that's where they're facing the might of the German tank force. Let's check the health on this rattle real quick. Man, he is tanking everything. His objective is to ram enemy tanks. Oh no, he's not going to survive for much longer. The rattle is down. As the Americans' last chance to hold against this, they finally, I believe, gained air superiority. After an intense fighter fight with jets and the German advanced jet fighters, they finally gained air superiority. But Will it save them? I'm not sure. This battle is coming down to the wire. It's all a matter of these tanks can fight back. The Americans do have to deal with 2 more rattles, but we have another rattle coming up the hill here. He's going to show these Americans who the boss of this war is. We got lags coming out of these last production buildings. Oh my god. This one is about to die. This one production building here is about to go down. This one as well. And it's in full target by the rattle. This rattle is just aiming at whatever it sees and it's just demolishing it. Matter of fact, we got another rattle coming up on this side. The last American bases are just not looking too hot. Now, the Americans still have a good chance of winning this, but the Germans are just not letting them survive. The Germans have just wiped out all of those buildings. My god, watching these rattles just demolish M1 Abrams. It's a sight you never thought you'd see. It's a sight I never thought I'd see. I don't even know what I'm witnessing right now. We're watching rattles just wipe these Pegasus buildings out, these time travel machines. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, the Germans have this one in the bag. It is very unlikely that the Americans can make a recovery from this when there's 2 rattles on top of them. Ladies and gentlemen, against all odds, against time travel itself, you just need a good old-fashioned German rattle. These are the last American survivors. There's one guy out here that just got wiped. Man, I would hate to be these guys. When your entire base, your time travel has been wiped out. Your entire purpose was to defeat the Germans. And you did not succeed in your objective. As a matter of fact, you are trapped here. Trapped to face the German Wonderwaffles. The wonder weapons of the Germans. This is truly a magical sight to behold. Just look at these little labs right here. They're just shaking in their boots, just trying to stay invisible from these rattle. Oh my god! That one's gonna leave a mark. Oh man, this guy's lucky there's a body in his way. Oh! The rattle won't get him, a tank will. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's... Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, we have one last American survivor. This man has seen it all. He's time traveled back in time and he ended up in the worst possible situation you ever could have been put in. Imagine seeing that in the distance with its guns locked on you. The rattle's coming to end this M1 Abrams. Oh boy. Ooh, a tiger got him! And ladies and gentlemen, against all odds, Germany has took the victory and showed the Americans time travel can save them. But now, what would really happen if the Americans time traveled? What would happen if the Americans traveled back in time? I think we have our answer, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you don't end up like a fried, crispy German here. I don't recommend it any time of the day. This is just absolutely horrible. I just can't even believe it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and don't forget to check out the rest of my videos.